Hey, what is happening, team? Welcome back to another episode of We Are JCD. I'm going to level with you guys. For those of you that watched last week's episode, I had a bit of an issue on the Friday, which, to be honest with you, put me in a pretty bad mood for most of the weekend, which is never ideal. And I think I've come to the realization that this year has been a very, very mixed year with some very good highs, very low lows. And it's been a tough year overall, if I'm being honest. You've got to factor in, obviously I show you guys a very small snippet of what goes on at both businesses. You know, you're seeing a very short period in time. You're not seeing a lot of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, both with me personally, the businesses. You know, you're seeing a very small snapshot. And I think, to be honest with you, I've come to the realization, I was speaking to Adam, that I am tired. I think we're running out of runway for this year, particularly in my capacity. I think I'm just tired. I think I just need a little bit of a break. We've had some developments in JCD business. I'm not really sure what that looks like moving forward. I'm still toying with that with myself, i.e. what the business looks like in 2024. I've been reflecting on a couple of our podcast guests and things that people have told me about not necessarily driving myself absolutely to the point of breakdown with growth all the time, which is what I do, unfortunately. And it's, I'm a victim of my own wanting to be successful and wanting to grow the business all the time. And I'm not sure at the moment whether that's the right choice for me, the business, people around me personally as well. So I'm not really sure what that looks like in 2024 as well. I'll be totally honest with you guys, like I said I would. I'm not even sure what that looks like from a content perspective. We've got our podcast coming out soon, our Christmas edition, where I am the guest. And I think that will be a good insight into my thoughts behind the content and where that fits into things. And as I say, I'm in a place at the moment where I don't necessarily have the answers and I'm not quite sure what that looks like in 2024. Me and Adam have been having some discussions around that and we're still unclear as to what that looks like. So I'll be honest with you guys, I am not going to be filming this week. So this is going to be your only short video for this week. But as I promised, I would document it as I went along and I'm doing that. But I'm going to level with you guys. I've not got the willpower or the capacity or the diary, to be honest, because I've kept it relatively quiet to go around and be filming bits and pieces. So it's just going to be me on the sofa this week. And if I'm honest, that's where I'm going to be the rest of this week, reflecting on bits and pieces. When this video goes out, it's going to be early December. You've got to remember we're a couple of weeks in front of where the videos are to give us time to edit, etc. So I think I'm going to take December off. I mean, we're well in front of what we were meant to be doing. We're going to do our yearly top 5 moments, as we always do, as a standalone video, and that is probably going to close out this year. It's been an interesting ride with the content. I say JCD is in a funny place at the moment, and I'm not really sure what that looks like into 2024, but for the customers we have got, projects we have got, we're going to keep going with them and provide the best service we can. It's not going anywhere, we're not going anywhere, and we're going to continue to do what we do well. Grey water, that continues to go full throttle and requires more of my attention. So again, I have got some decisions to make as to what that looks like in 2024 and how we scale that up and where my involvement is that. So there's plenty to be going on. You can imagine 3 major decisions. What does our content journey look like? What is the future for JCD and what does that look like? And what is happening at Grey Water Drainage? All big decisions that need to be made, and unfortunately I need some brain space and capacity to do so. I say a few bits gone on last week. It's caused me untold amount of stress. A few people have caused some issues within the business and we've got to deal with them, unfortunately. So I'm not sure what that looks like. A bit of a rant for a Friday. Who knows? Let's see. We'll see what happens. I'll be in touch. We're going to do a top 5 moments, as we always do, to recap on some of the highlights this week. I've already got some of my top moments in my head and we'll bring them to you and, remind everyone of what a journey it's been this year so far. But in terms of the weekly, that's probably going to wrap up 2023. So I wish you guys a happy Christmas, Merry New Year, and then we'll see what the new year brings. I will be in touch either way to let you guys know. But look, the plan's the same. We're going to keep pushing, do the best we can do in the situations we're in, and then we'll just have to see what happens, because during this entrepreneurial journey, people think you have all the answers all the time, and the honest answer is you don't. And sometimes it's a lonely world, and I feel like I am in no man's land at the moment. People will jump out and say, oh, we're here to support you, etc. But it is, it can be a lonely journey at times, and it certainly feels that way at the moment. That wraps up 2023. Another episode of We Are JCD, and I'll hopefully see you guys in 2024. Happy Christmas, guys.